Hey guys, welcome to your Adventure Compass. Today we're at Crystal Rock Campground in Sandusky, Ohio, and they have a bird show going on. We're staying here for the week. It is our second to last day, and there's a bunch of stuff going on. This is the first time we've stayed here on a weekend, so they have a bunch of activities today. There's like a Bigfoot theme to the weekend, but not going along with the theme is a live exotic bird show. We're going to check out some of the birds, so come join us.
But in the bird world, a lot of them are not what's called sexual dimorphism. You can't tell by looking at them. But some of the species you can tell by looking at them. But this is my only domesticated animal, meaning domesticated will not live in the wild. It needs to be taken care of. But Stuart was not taken care of by its parents. I had to take it from the nest. It would have died, and I had to hand feed. I brought it to work with me. I brought it to the casino. This bird went everywhere, and I smushed up egg yolk and vegetables. And you're a little hot, aren't you? She's panting a little bit. But it's a he, or she, and I thought it was a he. And she laughs. It's called a laughing dog. And they laugh. And I don't know if she'll laugh if you want to listen. And she'll laugh and let her down. But again, that's a laughing dog. Stuart. Stuart it is. Come here, sweetheart. I don't think she's going to laugh. She's a little hot. We're going to put you back down. You good, kiddo? I know. I'm so glad and so thankful that it's not as steamy as it was yesterday. It was insanely hot. I need for him, though, what did I do with my stick? So I'm going to do Skittles, I think, next. So Skittles is kind of a cool bird. You'll probably never see this anywhere. I still use a stick. That's my husband's bird. He latched onto me. This is a brown parrot. They're from Africa, and it's a Pasophilis. It's a long word. They live about 25 to 30 years. 25 years old here. Came from a coworker of mine. I've been taking care of this bird. You can see some pin feathers on the top. Those are new. They're blood-filled feathers, and then they come on out. And he has not a buddy. I've got to be very careful. It's very resistant to be with other birds. Like we'll eat them and kill them. So Skittles, and so there's not another bird to do that, and I'm not at the point. My husband probably could do that for me, but I'm not going to do it. But and this one you can have on your lap, but I'm not going to have you hold on the hand because it took me 2 weeks for this. They are a medium-sized parrot with a very large flight. But again, that's a Pasophilis brown parrot. Skittles, adorable. And it's fully flighted, by the way. I was going to trim, but I think size-wise, is a little, like a lot of it, has a little extra weight. It falls like a bowling ball. So, I'm not going to go through all that, and because of the age. It's very stressful to trim birds and all that. I do the nails, but I don't trim. So, that's Skittles. And just talk, whistle, does a bunch of things.
Why?
We'll put you back. I'm going to leave that right there. We're going to use that when we do photography. Come here, kiddo. This is Cosmo. Come here, sweetheart. This is a Quaker parrot, and I was explaining earlier, Quakers are illegal to have in some states. Some you can just have them when they're trimmed, but they can still fly away being trimmed if you don't do it right. You see missing an eye? They happen at my house. So big birds can hurt little birds, and I was getting ready for a show, was not watching, and his girlfriend now since passed because it's been a long time. She lived her life, and it's just sad. And my other yellow nape, not Ella, I don't know, was picking on his girlfriend, and he was protecting her, and the yellow nape is an Amazon, which is that's the big green one, and squished his head and lost his eye. So when you have these birds, and I was getting ready for a show, I was talking to my dad, I wasn't paying attention, and I feel so bad, and lost the eye. Actually, the eye's kind of still there, so I get irrigated and singing, but it's okay. He's okay. Cosmo's okay. But again, it's a mutation. They don't come this pretty blue color. It was bred that way with genetics, because people like blue versus the olive green they come in. They live in the cold. There's a lot of these in Chicago. I don't know offhand if they made it illegal yet, but they build their big nests on power lines, and then there's an electrical thing, and then big problem. They also will disturb crops. A bunch of they'll eat up crops. So again, that's why they're legal in a lot of states. But we can have them here in Michigan, so far that I know of, and you can't travel across state lines sometimes. So you got to be careful when you're traveling in your car with your Quaker. You hide it. I don't know. So before I do, and I didn't even think about Ohio. I didn't even look, and I'm just thinking about that right now. Usually I only do shows in Michigan or Indiana, never Ohio. And I might be doing something illegal. I just thought about that. You know what? I'm going to do some homework, and I'll let you guys know tomorrow. That's Cosmo the Quaker. Here, sweetheart. And we're going to pick both of you. I'm going to just pick up this one. So another thing happened, and I'm going to change it tonight. I'm not going to pick up the lid. I'm surprised they're not upset. The little white cocktail, these are from Australia also. And pretty close, that is, they're not usually white. They're albino, predators will eat them. They're white. They're usually this grayish color and flocks, natural. But what happened, Cosmo was in this area right here where I was keeping all the little birds. And Cosmo, I know, bit the leg. It's a little bloody. So I had to fix that up this morning. So tonight, Cosmo goes in there. Yeah, so you got to watch your birds. But again, these are I really believe cockatiels are a great first-time bird. They really are. The males are the whistlers, the talkers. When they bite you, yeah, it'll hurt, but you're not going to lose a finger or need stitches. They can draw blood. I mean, I would say that. But you don't need, they're quieter. I mean, they can whistle loud. And people say, oh, my cockatiel's so loud. You don't have a cockatiel. You don't have a but they're a great first-time bird. Money-wise, they're not expensive, smaller area, occasionally. The big things are dangerous. And it can be so much fun. 25 to 30 years, too. So you're going to have a dog or cat, and you fall in love with them. Cat may live up in the dog. I wish they could longer. But this is a little cockatiel. So precious. So precious. So, again, you can't picture with any of them. So, you're going to love Lou. Oh, my God.
How about that?
Here, kiddo. Are you eating? So all over her face, I love it. So Lou is an Australian bird. It's a lorry, and she just went. But I want to show you that. She actually, all over her face are little pellets. It's actually nectar pellets. She doesn't eat seed like a lot of these other birds and vegetables and fruit, and that's what she feeds. But if you feed nectar pellets to the lorry, it forms what comes out of them. Otherwise, it squirts like water because nectar is a liquid. And it comes out liquid, and it can go everywhere. If you do a nectar pellet, Pretty Bird makes it, then it's more formed, more manageable, because it can really destroy your house, stuff all over your wall. So, and I really recommend the lorry. They are amazing. She's amazing. And she talks. She's like, what are you doing? And she gives kisses. I don't think she's going to do anything here, but maybe while we're walking around, she'll start really quiet. But she gives kisses, and this is how beautiful. Her feathers are really good. It's so beautiful. Have you ever seen something so beautiful? Look on here. It's a similar. She's more beautiful than that picture, but that's a real lorry. There's all different kinds of species. About 350 species of parrots, and then subspecies under that. So there's multiple types of lorries. But again, she's a rainbow. And she's a sheep. She laid an egg. They're not sexually dimorphic. You can't tell males and females by looking either genetically with the blood, like you have a feather or blood, or they lay an egg. There you go. Pretty cool. Did someone separate? See, hear that call?
Yeah.
They are a pair, a bonded pair, and I don't know how that happened, maybe the wind. And they'll get upset if they get separated. And I knew that was a call, like, where are you? And those upset. And my husband. So there we go. That's Lou, the lorry. And Lou, kind of, but it's Lou, but laid an egg. I don't know, but that's Lou. Previous household, they couldn't have her anymore. It was an allergy. And actually, I was hearing through the grapevine they were going to bring it to the veterinarian to get euthanized. I talked to our local veterinarian, and that was Grand Rapids area, and they're like, no, we wouldn't have done that. I'm going to see if she'll come to me. She's acting tired, so we might have to talk about her. Here, Lou. Ella, come on. No, she's upset, and I'm not pushing it. So that's a yellow nape. It's an Amazon. She's tired, and but we'll see. Later on, she might perk up. I'm going to leave her alone. But again, I took her in when I got her. In fact, it's the feathers that are on this Facebook site, and that was almost 3 years. This was last year. No, 2-3 years ago. And then the pictures she posted are when the feathers were really poor quality. There was black tips on all her wings, not bright and beautiful, and it just was in a bad situation. They couldn't have her, but now she's big and beautiful. Now she doesn't want to be bothered. No, whatever. All right, Wingo. This This bird also was taken out of kind of a terrible situation. It was in Sparta, Michigan. It was a breeding facility for a pet shop, and it was terrible. And we took out 250 birds out of his home. He was incarcerated in that. But this is Wingo. What are you going to say? What are you going to say? Aww. Did you hear that? So he goes, Wingo! And this is my husband's bird. Let's see if we can do it over here. What's he saying? They don't see it again, but that's okay. This is a Congo African gray. There's also a Timna African gray, which is a little smaller with a maroon tail. It's from the northwest area of Africa, where these come from. Big flocks. You see he shakes a little bit. He's had him since 2006. But this I can handle. He is collect. I do that because he loves to flap his wings. I'm always scared that he might fly away because he's in all our shows. There's also our camping birds. We bring Leo, the big red one, and this one, they go everywhere with us. All out west, down south of Florida, east. They go everywhere. And here. This is how we started coming. We came here last year and we just had those two and everybody was found. We're like, oh my gosh. It's like, we'll do a show. We'll bring all the birds. So this is Wingo, the African gray. Now in the bigger birds, 80 to 100 years, guys. Wow. It's a lifetime commitment. So a lot of times they're willed or people pass and they have to find. I have birds that have passed on because they've lost their human parents and they go. So it's a huge commitment. This is like, it's a lifetime, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. Hello. Yeah, there you go. All right. So, can we step up here? Oh. All right, Leo. You're gonna see the big guy. So this is from South America. I'm gonna fix your tail. He needs his tail touched. I did, but come here. Come on. Alright, this is a green wing macaw, and I was like, so you don't see green wings as often. It's usually scarlet macaws. They are completely, and when you see another macaw, and again, you always ask before you touch these animals, again, he eats the marrow of chicken bones, so he breaks them in half in a hot second, eats the marrow, we're good. That being said, he'll bite me, he won't bite you. I mean, yeah, I know. And he just gets irritated, and that's how I got a bruise. And that's just like a pinch. And he's got to go to the bathroom. Hold on, I can tell he's squeezing my hand. I want it out of the way so you guys don't step in it. Better than dog. So, these guys live again, 80 to 100 years. And I was talking about the facial feathers. Your scarlets are just white, and those little lines, those are actually little feathers. I think it's so amazing. It's just so amazing how beautiful. Called a green wing. A scarlet's more of a rainbow color. He's got the other kind of green. They are very loud. They can be very loud when they call from the canopies, like in South America, and they call their families, their bird families. That's how they communicate. It's really loud. It's amazing when they forage for food. They remember miles away where their special tree is, where they get the nuts and whatever. And it's a good nut cracker. And you see how big his beak is. I have to grind that down about once a year with my Dremel because in the wild they forage. And just by doing that, it'll grind down by itself. I also give him lava rocks. There's actually one to show you what it looks like in the can. And he'll grind his beak. He'll actually, let me show you with the little rock what I mean. See here, there it is. No, see, and that's that little nip thing. So what he'll do, here, you can grab it from me? Here. What he'll do, and he'll show you, he'll actually, and you'll see it. You're going to do it? And see what he's doing? Oh, yeah. He's actually grinding down his own beak. So one thing he loves to do, I put him down at camp or wherever we're at, as long as I think it's clean, no oil and no whatever, because you got to worry about the birds, and he'll find a favorite rock. So I think this is one of our other camping spots, and then he'll sit there and grind. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And he'll just sit there and do it, and that's what keeps him entertained. Can I have it back? Drop? Or we'll put it over here. Can I drop? Or we're not going to drop. So we're going to do something else. Maybe I should. Drop. Maybe if I set you down a minute. Here, you drop it, and then you can put it in your dish.
What if he sit there and grind?
He's going to do that for a minute.
You know what, maybe we'll just let him do it. What we're going to do, if you want to take pictures with him, what I'll do, I'll pick up a bird, you raise hands and do photography, and then after your photography, you meet Danny, and we're going to pick feathers and stickers. But Leo does something. He gives kisses. He'll do your cheek or your nose, and we can do that. We're going to let him do his rock for a little bit, I think. We've got plenty of time. He's really enjoying it. So I didn't want to push him. That's why they respect me. I kind of know. So I guess we're going to start. Does anybody want a picture with one of the little birds?
Check these guys out. Just kind of chilling out here.
You got to contact me and then get your parents. They can stop by.
The little white one down here.
Thank you. Oh my God, beautiful.
And this guy right here is Leo. Hello, Leo.
And then put your hands maybe to the side.
And it looks like he's getting a little food. He's probably hungry.
Good job. Get out of the way. Good job, Wingo. Good job.
Beautiful bird, and they have this one has a very, very long tail. And if you look at that, the tail, I think the tail is just an inch or two longer than his body. Very long tail.
All right, who's next? This Wingo.
Beautiful bird though, look at the coloring. Speaking of beautiful birds, look at this one. Just gorgeous, all the colors on this one right here. Got the orange and black stripes, and then the yellow and green. That yellow ring around the neck, and then the blue on the head, the orange beak.
I'm looking for
so many colors.
Yeah, you just said his name. You wore the perfect shirt. Do you want a picture with Leo in a little bit over there? Yeah. Yes. Okay. And you can hold him or whatever. Anybody else with Leo kisses? We'll do photography. Yeah. You can. All right. So, all right. Tammy. Kiss. Tammy, don't. Kiss. Kiss. No, we're not going to go up on the arm. Kiss. He's not. He's confused. I don't. We'll do it. I don't like to. Or you want to sit in a little bit?
3 years old. Really making a lot of noise.
By then we were in there.
Those phones are produced a lot of rain.
Oh yeah.
Back my truck.
Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to click on that compass so you can stay subscribed to future videos just like this. And remember, sometimes adventure is a little further away.